We've got to talk about cancer, specifically colon cancer. Doctors are diagnosing more younger adults between 25 and 49 every year. This also happens to be Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. 4 weeks dedicated to raising awareness about this disease, promoting early detection, and encouraging screenings. Dr. Scott Doles is a colon and rectal specialist with Franciscan Health. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Happy to be here.
Tell us, do we know why this seems to be happening more?
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting because we know that in patients less than 50, the rate of colon and rectal cancer is increasing, while those over 50 is actually decreasing. So for those over 50, we think the decrease is because we're doing a good job at colorectal cancer screening and preventing cancers from ever happening. And those less than 50, we think it's likely a combination of dietary factors, lifestyle factors, and lack of exercise. So really, really important to have a healthy diet, to be exercising, and to get out there and move.
So when, just from a personal perspective with your patients, are they coming in with symptoms, these younger people? So they're not getting screened.
Yeah, exactly. So, the screening age was changed a couple years ago from 50 to 45 because of this increase in young onset colorectal cancer. So those hopefully over 45 are being screened, but the ones younger than 45, usually they do have symptoms. Those can include things like rectal bleeding, changes in bowel habits, especially new onset constipation. Sometimes it can be pain. Pain is usually a fairly late finding in colon and rectal cancer. But the things that we really key in on are that bleeding and changes in bowel habits.
It's got to be frustrating because by the time often we're displaying those symptoms, the cancer's there, it's grown, it's at a later stage. What can be done at that point?
Yeah, absolutely. A great question. So a couple key things. If you have any of those symptoms, you need to let your doctors know, okay? Because early detection is so important for colorectal cancer. We know that we can prevent a lot of cancers to begin with, and if we can pick them up early, we have great options for treatment. Even those cancers that are more advanced and progressed, colon and rectal cancers tends to be very responsive to different chemotherapy, possibly radiation, possible surgery. So we have a lot of good options available, even if those cancers are more advanced.
We know that screenings are so important. We're going to talk much more about that in our extended conversation over on WTHR Plus and online at WTHR.com/realmenweargowns. Dr. Scott Doles with Franciscan Health, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having us.